Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time. I've been very busy lately, so sorry about that. But today I want to show you another Forever Flawless palette. It's brand new and it's from the Game of Thrones collection. It's this one. It's Forever Flawless Winter is Coming. It looks like this outside. I like the cover very much. It's like a mix of blue and a little bit of warm tones too. And it looks very icy, like the theme, of course. And then I'm going to show you the inside and show you swatches. So the first color, I'll start with this row, and the first color is called White Raven. It's a shimmery white color, as you can see. I'll build it up a little bit. This would be great as a topper, I think, or just as an inner corner highlight or under the brow bone. And the next color is called the North, and it's this light blue color. It's a little bit powdery, but it has good pigment. And then the next color is Warning, and it's this kind of a jeans blue color. Here, sorry. This one. It's a very pretty color, I think. And it's a really blue toned blue. Like it has a little bit of, even a little bit of hint of purple in it, I feel like. And then the next color is Wolf's Blood, and this is kind of a more turquoisey blue color, and it has some shimmers in it, or glitters. This one is also a little bit powdery, I feel like, but it also has good pigment. You can see a little bit of the sparkles, but not too much, but there's a little bit hint of them. And the next color is a matte, light, kind of light skin color, almost. Yes, this will be a base shade. Looks like this. And the next color is called Safety. By the way, this light skin color was called Honor. And this color I'm going to swatch now is called Safety, and it's more of a blue greenish type again, type of color. It's also shimmery. It's very pretty. It's not too much green in it actually when I swatch it. It's a nice shimmer. And then we're on to the next row, and we're going to swatch this light beige color. It has a little bit of a warm undertone, and it's called Crypt. It's very light, so I guess it will also be a base color. And then we have this beautiful silver, and this is called Wall of Ice. It's a beautiful shimmer. And then the next color looks very interesting. It's called Motto, and it's this icy kind of blue color here. Oh, this is very, very nice, very pigmented. It's a little bit chunky, but it's very pretty, very pigmented, and looks really icy, as you can see. And then the next shade is called House of Stark, which is this kind of rose gold looking shade. Also really pretty, very pigmented. And then the next shade is called Winterfell, and it's this very dark blue, a little bit hint of green in it, and it's a matte color. I think this one needs a little bit of building up. But it seems you can build it up to a nice pigment, and it will probably be very good if you use a base with this one. Even better. And then the next shade is called Courage, and it's this kind of more cool toned beige color. I guess it can be a crease color or something like that, base color, crease color. This one is very similar to my skin tone, so you can barely see it, but it's there. It's just so similar to my own skin tone. And then we're on to the next row, and we're going to swatch this color, this more mid-tone blue color called Hunter. It's a matte again. This one also has a little bit of a hint of more turquoise undertone. And then I'll swatch this very light gray color. It's called White Walker. Looks almost white, but it is a little bit gray too. Is this here? And then the next color is called Coldness, and it's this more very cool tone blue. It's almost like a jeans color again, like this one. It's a little bit similar, only it's matte, this one. This one needs a little bit of building up. But it can be built up to a nice pigment. And then we have this more of a mid-tone gray here, or a little bit of a mid-tone or a little bit darker gray, and it's called Lord. It's a matte color again. That. Build it up one more time. And then there's this shade called Dire Wolf, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to read because the letters are written in or printed in such a dark color. But it's Dire Wolf, and it's this kind of grayish blue color. Also a matte. These colors will of course look different on every skin tone. I have a little bit of an olive to tan skin tone with a little bit of yellow olive undertone, so I guess many blue colors will turn out a little bit greenish on me. But this is what it looks like on my skin tone. And then we have this last color called Night Sky. And this looks really beautiful. It's a dark blue shimmer. This is really nice. A very stunning color. So I'll try to use this one in the look I'm going for today. And now I will show you the eyeshadow look. I think I'll go in with the lighter blue shade first, this one, just to be a little bit safe. Like I said, I'm not used to working with blues, but we'll see how it goes. I'll just use that in a crease here, right by the brow bone. And I'm using this big fluffy brush for that. I don't have any base on now, any eyeshadow base. I just have a little bit of concealer as usual. I think this color has good pigments. It's a very light color and it still has good pigment. Just trying to get it even. And if anyone is curious, this top I have on is from Zara. It was bought last year though, so I don't know if you can get it anymore, but maybe you can, I don't know. I really like it though. I haven't used it as much because I don't usually wear blues, but I want to get into wearing more blues because one of my friends said that I suited this kind of blue color, more of a turquoise blue color. So guess why not? I like to try new things. So there, I think that's enough of that shade for now. And then I'll go into a little bit of a deeper shade, and I think I'll use this more of a turquoise shade, this one, and this is called Wolf's Blood. Just use that a little bit and then I'll take another shade to blend with it, because I want a little bit of mix of that shade and another shade. I'll show you in a minute. This also seems to be very well pigmented. I'm very impressed actually, because usually blue colors don't really show up that much on me. And I'll take a little bit under my eye, the edge here too. This shade seems to have a little bit of shimmer in it in the pan, but when I take it on my eyes I can't really see any shimmer. I don't know why they make this kind of shades. Well, it looks like they have shimmer in, but really they don't. Or not shimmer, but glitter. More like glitter. Take a little bit more of the light blue shade I used the first shade I used, and just blend that a little bit, because I feel like I got a little bit more of that darker shade on this eye, and I don't want it way too dark. Then I'm just taking the darker shade again a little bit under the eye. And now I want to go a little bit more cool tone, because I feel like it looks very turquoise right now. And I want it a little bit turquoise, but I also want it a little bit more cool tone, or bluish. So I'm going to take this shade here. It was called Hunter. This one. It's also a little bit turquoise, but it's a little bit more cool tone and darker. So I'll just take that on the same brush and put it only in the inner or outer corners, I mean here. You can barely see any difference on those two actually. think I'll use an even more cool tone shade, and for that I'll use this shade Coldness, fitting name. Clean up my brush a little bit, and then I'll go in with the same brush with that color, Coldness, and just put that a little bit over here. They are a little bit similar when you blend the darker colors. You can see that they are a little bit similar, but I can also see a little bit of a difference now between this eye and this eye, that it's turning out a little bit cooler. So it does make a difference, but you got to be able to build them up a little bit if you layer them. And as you can probably tell, I don't like to do too advanced eyeshadow looks. I just like to do easy looks. Sometimes I do like to do advanced eyeshadow looks, but most of the time I like to just do easy looks that everyone can do, everyone can manage. So I think that's good for now, and then I think I'll go into another shade, this shade called Night Sky, which was the darkest shimmery blue, and I'll use very little of that because I don't want this look to turn out super dramatic, even though it's already turning out a little dramatic, but you know, they always turn out dramatic on me. I don't know why. I guess I like to use a lot of color, but then when I think I'm going to wear this later, I get a little bit intimidated. But it's okay, we'll just try it out for today. And then I'll put this darker shade right out here. I put a little bit of water on my brush now, just to stop the glitter from falling everywhere. I just want it almost like a liner, very close to my lash line. Just building it up slowly. I feel like I'll try it with my finger too. It's a little bit better. And then I'll do the same on the other eye. I do think this shade needs a little bit of work to layer on top of other shades. I think if you're gonna use it alone, I think it will be easier. Or I mean, if you're gonna use it alone in the crease, outer crease here, then I think it would be easier to use it alone. Because I've layered a lot of shades out here now. But it's a very beautiful color. And I think this color makes brown eyes pop a little bit. Seems so. I feel like my eye color popped a little bit with this one. So that's good. And then I'll take the light shade called Motto, this one. And I'll use the shade brush, I'll just clean it up a little bit. And then spray it with some water. Oh, this is nice. This is very icy and nice. I've never seen a shade like this. It's very unique. And it really goes with these turquoise colors too. Really pretty. Pretty well pigmented too. There, I think I'm happy now. Take a little bit more right here. Like that. And then I'll go into the lightest shade in the palette called White Raven. What's this one? I'll use the same brush again. And for this one I won't use any water. I just put it a little bit right here. Just to lighten up the inner corners here. That's very pretty. This is a very party look, or I feel like it looks like a look I can use in summer too. It's in a kind of festival or party. It turned out quite dramatic. But then I'll use this little brush here, and I'll take this color here, the coldness color, and I'll put that a little bit under my eyes. And then I'll go into the white shade again, the one I used in my inner corners, and just drag that a little bit underneath here. Drag that all under the lower lash line, I think. I use a little bit of water on it so the sparkle doesn't fall underneath my eye. I think I'm happy with that. And then I'll take my liner and mascara so you can see the finished look. This mascara I'm using is from Isadora. It's active all day wear mascara. So that's the look done, but I want to show you, if you want to make it even more dramatic, you can use some liners too, of course. And I have 2 liners from Isadora. I'm gonna choose one of those. And then I have this liner from MAC. It was from a special collection. It's called, I think it was the Tempting Fate, or I think it was Tempting Fate. And this is the Cobalt Coal color. It's just a dark blue one. And then I'll put this in my inner lower lash line here. I don't know what you call it. Waterline is a waterline. Sorry. So there's that. And then I think I go for the light shade from the Isadora. It's called the Twist Up Metallic Eye Pen. And this is in the shade, let's see, Silver Sky. I use that also a little bit under here. So this is how you can amp it up if you want to have an even more dramatic look for evening time. And now I'll give you my review of the palette. I told you some things already, but I'll just sum it up for you. And I think this palette is really gorgeous if you want to make some unique blue looks or just one tone look, you know. But I do think some of the colors need to be built up a little bit, like this one here, Coldness, and maybe also this shimmer shade here, this darker blue shimmer shade. It may be better if you use it with your finger, but overall I think most of the shades have a nice pigment. You can see I got a really nice pigment from these shades. I just built them up a little bit and it's looking like this, so it's great. I don't think I need to do much work at all, really. Haven't used that long time in this look, so overall I'm pretty happy, and I think it's great that it has some really cool tone blues, because I know that the other palette that came up from Revolution, from their Flawless range, I think it was also an icy blue palette, but it had more of like greenish blues, and here we have the option to go more with the cool tones, with this one and this one, and the silver in white shades, and also this one here, and this one too, actually. So it has many options to go for if you want to do just a cool tone look. So I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope you liked this review and my eyeshadow look. Maybe you'll try it out, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.